Hello students. Today in this lecture we will discuss about another types of the grinders that are surface and internal grinders. In our previous lecture we have discussed about rough grinders, then second one that is the precision grinders, and now we will start discussion with the surface and internal grinders. So let us start with the surface grinders. So now, as the name suggests, if any of the grinding machine is used for finishing the surface of any of the component, then that grinding machine is called as the surface grinding machine, or that grinder is called as the surface grinder. Suppose, let us have a look. If workpiece is available and one want to finish the top surface, that is highlighted over here. If one want to finish this top surface, then what happens, one must need to use one another type of the grinder which is helpful for finishing purpose. So let us take a different shape for finishing this grinder. Suppose if we are using this type of the grinder, and if this grinder is rotating about its periphery and we are moving this grinder across the surface of this component, then what you think, this grinder which is used for finishing purpose, it may be helpful. Let us take a second example. If we are using this type of the grinder which have abrasives available over its surface and it is rotating about its axis, and this grinder is moved on the surface of this component and it is moved entirely on its periphery, and then check which component provides the better finishing operation. So from your basic understanding you will say that this second grinder will be efficient for finishing the top surface of this workpiece. So if this type of grinder is used for finishing the top surface of any of the component, then that is called as the nothing but the surface grinder. So I hope it is clear to you that what is the basic purpose of the surface grinder and what might be the different shapes of these surface grinders. So let us have a look at a simple figure available. So now, as you can see, based on the shape of the component, different types of grinders are used. So let's take an example. If the shape of the component is vertical and the feed movement required, that is in the width direction, as you can see, and the wheel is rotating, at that time the particular shape of the component that is used for finishing purpose, that is shown over here. Now similarly, for the case of this rectangular component, but if the feed movement required, that is in the downward direction, and the shape of the component that is particularly, or if we can say the length or the width of this component is less than the diameter of the workpiece, then this type of the component is used and the finishing purpose or the machining obtained easily. Similarly, for the case of cylindrical workpieces also, how this surface grinder can be used, that is also shown over here. For any of the machine, there are only main two movements. First one is cross feed movement, which is shown over here. It is moved in the width direction, and the another movement, that is the in-feed movement, that is in the downward direction for finishing purpose. And the wheel is always rotating, as it is the basic working principle of these grinding machines. So I hope it is clear to you that how these surface grinders are useful for finishing the top surface of any of the component. Now let us move to the next topic, that is the plain internal grinder. As we have seen in the case of the plain cylindrical grinder machine, this is similar to that of the plain internal grinder machine is similar to that of the plain cylindrical grinding machine. As we have seen, this plain cylindrical grinding machine is useful for finishing outer surface of the component. Whereas, as the name suggests, this internal grinder machine is helpful for finishing the internal surface of the hollow component. So, as you can see from this simple figure, this is the grinding wheel which has the grinding or abrasive particles available, and this is the hollow workpiece shown over here. So as you can see, this grinding wheel is fed inside and outside of that workpiece for easy finishing purpose, and this workpiece is rotating about its axis, and this grinding wheel is moved inside and outside of that workpiece, and as the friction takes place between the inside surface of the workpiece and the grinding wheel, easily finishing operation can be obtained. So this is nothing but the plain internal grinding operation. So as you can see from here, first point, that is it carries a individually driven wheel head mounted on the cross slide. Second, this workpiece is mounted on the chuck or fixture or the faceplate. That means this workpiece is provided on the headstock that we have discussed in our case of the plain cylindrical machine also. Next, and the third important point, that is a grinding wheel is attached on the spindle and is allowed to move inside the hole by longitudinal direction. As a result, it grinds the workpiece. That means, as we have discussed, this workpiece rotates and this grinding wheel is fed inside the workpiece and moved in forward direction or in backward direction for finishing purpose. So this is the plain internal grinding machine. Similarly, the next one, that is the planetary internal grinder machine. So let us have a look at this figure. As you can see, there is two major movements that you need to understand. Let us take an example. As we have seen, in the case of hollow cylindrical workpiece, this grinding wheel is fed inside and outside and this workpiece is rotating. This is the case of the plain internal grinder, as we have discussed. Plain internal grinder. But whereas in the case of this planetary internal grinder, as you can see, two movements are required. First one is the longitudinal movement of the grinding wheel shown over here. This is the grinding wheel, and similarly, as it is moved inside and outside the workpiece for finishing purpose, another movement that is required, that is it is moved across its periphery also. That means this grinding wheel, with the movement of inside and outside, it is also moved over the periphery of the workpiece for finishing purpose. Means there is two movement, first rotary or peripheral movement of the grinding wheel and the longitudinal movement of the grinding wheel in the case of this planetary internal grinder. Whereas in the case of this plain internal grinder, only one movement is required, and that movement is nothing but the longitudinal movement inside or outside of the workpiece. So this is the basic difference between plain and planetary internal grinder. So let us summarize the major important point of this planetary internal grinder. So the first point, that is this workpiece is mounted on the slide and remains stationary. That means over here the workpiece is not rotating, it is only stationary. Whereas in the case of plain internal grinder, the workpiece is rotating. The second important part, that is the wheel head carries a mechanism because of which axis of rotation of the grinding wheel travels along a circular path. That means the movement of grinding wheel along the circular path, or as we have discussed, this peripheral movement is necessary. And the second one, that is they are used to grind holes in large irregular shaped and heavy workpieces. This planetary internal grinder is used in large irregular shaped and heavy workpiece, whereas this plain internal grinder is used for smaller workpieces and easy machining operation. So this is the basic difference that we have discussed in the case of these plain and planetary internal grinders. Now the next one, that is the centerless internal grinder. As we have seen, in the case of central external grinder means the centerless grinder in which the external surfaces are machined very easily. The setup for this we have shown. In that setup, further we are revising that a workpiece is available. This workpiece is supported by the grinding wheel and the regulating wheel. This workpiece is rotating in clockwise direction. This grinding wheel is rotating in clockwise direction. Due to that, this workpiece will rotate in anti-clockwise direction, and the regulating wheel will further rotate in the clockwise direction. So this is the regulating wheel. So this is the basic principle that we have seen in our previous lecture in the case of the centerless grinder. So in addition to this, what is the extra requirement in the case of the centerless internal grinder that we will see. So let us have a look at the figure shown over here. As you can see, the first, this is the grinding wheel. The second one, that is the main internal portion, and this internal portion, this is also the grinding wheel. This is the workpiece shown over here, and the two pressure rolls are provided, driven pressure roll and the free support roll, which are used to hold this workpiece easily against the component or the free control wheel shown over here. Now as you can see, the main internal grinder or the main internal grinding wheel is also provided, which moves inside and outside the workpiece, and this grinding wheel also rotates about its axis, and as the movement takes place easily, the internal surface of the component can be machined easily. Similarly, over here, two different pressure roll and the free control wheel is used to hold these hollow workpieces easily, and this setup is called as the centerless internal grinder. And similarly, if support is required at the bottom portion, support can easily be provided. So this is the case of centerless internal grinder. There are also different special grinding machines are also available, from which the first one is tool and cutter grinder. Some of the grinders are also used to generate or to manufacture camshaft, and that grinders are called as the camshaft grinders. The another one, that is the thread grinder. If the grinder is used for cutting threads on the workpiece, then it is called as the thread grinder, and for that special arrangements are provided. And the last one, that is the crankshaft grinder. If the grinder is used for manufacturing crankshaft, then that grinder has given name, that is the crankshaft grinder. So these are the different types of grinding machine that we have discussed. If we summarize the basic main types of the grinding machine, the first one, that is the rough grinding machine. Second one, that is the precision grinding machine. Precision grinding machine. Third one, that is the surface grinding machine. And the fourth one, that is the internal grinding machine. And if we summarize, fifth type, that is the nothing but the special types of grinding machines. And we have also discussed the subtypes available in these major types of this grinding machine. So I hope now you have clarity about the different types of grinder machine available and their application in the practical life, and where these specific grinding machines are helpful. So looking forward to see you all in our next lecture. Up to then, thank you.